Are you ready to step into the future of gaming? If you're a Nintendo fan, you've probably heard whispers, rumors, and speculations about the highly anticipated successor to the beloved Nintendo Switch. After a lengthy and prosperous run, the Nintendo Switch was released in 2017. It has been 6 years since then, and you may be wondering what new hardware will be released soon. Though we don't yet know what Nintendo's potential next-generation product is, we have seen upgrades to the existing Switch with the release of the OLED and Lite variants. It's reasonable to assume that Nintendo would like to keep things under wraps after becoming the third best-selling system in history this year. There are various theories circulating around the possible release date of Nintendo's highly anticipated successor to the wildly popular Nintendo Switch device, even though the company hasn't officially announced anything as of yet. Nintendo informed Activision about the Switch 2 in late 2022, according to recent court filings included in the Activision Blizzard purchase. Although the emo conversation was heavily censored, there was one reference of the Switch. Earlier this year, Activision's Brad Smith said that Call of Duty would launch on the Switch the same day as Xbox with full feature and content parity, and reaffirmed a 10-year partnership for the game. In an interview with Mikai that VGC translated, Nintendo President Shuntaro Furukawa said that the company would continue to support the current generation Switch at least until March 2025. The remarks Furukawa previously made in a 2022 financial briefing Q&A on the Nintendo Switch's future support this year as well. He said in this interview that he will concentrate on building long-term relationships with our consumers through Nintendo accounts. We hope to preserve connections between hardware generations via services that make use of Nintendo accounts and by giving customers the chance to experience our intellectual property through non-gaming channels, all the while releasing new Nintendo Switch games for them to enjoy. The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, one of the most popular Nintendo Switch titles, was shown off in a souped-up demo of the Nintendo Switch 2, according to a report by Eurogamer at Gamescom 2023. Although the existence of a possible demo device doesn't guarantee that a consumer product will be released anytime soon, it does suggest that Nintendo may be anticipating new developments and that game creators should brace themselves for what lies ahead. It's prudent to wait for an official announcement before speculating on the next console from the Japanese tech giant, even with all the exciting rumors. Hopefully, this confirmation comes soon. While purchasing, there are several Nintendo Switch models to choose from, and the price varies significantly depending on the version you want to buy. Anticipating a possible Switch 2, internal specifications and inflation will probably be factors that determine the price we pay at launch for a new console. Although the exact cost of this unidentified gadget is unknown, we may estimate it by using the existing lineup of Nintendo Switch models as a guide. The Nintendo Switch Lite retailed for $199. The Nintendo Switch OLED cost $349.99, whereas the Nintendo Switch was just $299. Given the variety of Nintendo Switch consoles available right now, you may be wondering whether there won't be as many options when the next version comes out. As the newest model in Nintendo's portfolio, the OLED variant of the Switch has an amazing screen and seems like the console of the future. On the other hand, a VGC rumor suggests that the next Nintendo Switch could use an LCD screen instead. Given the variety of Nintendo Switch models that have been produced during the console's many years of existence, it seems sense to assume that a prospective Nintendo Switch successor will also come in a number of variants. Although there isn't much information available, we would love to see many of the features from the present Nintendo Switch model make a comeback in a successor system. According to VGC, partner studios have already received development kits for the rumored next system, which includes several reintroduced capabilities. The rumor from VGC suggests that the next Nintendo Switch could maintain the mobility of its predecessor in addition to having a slot for physical game cartridges. A patent that was submitted to the U.S. Patent Office in May 2023 and published in September of the same year describes a prospective redesign of the Joy-Con controller, which should address the infamous Joy-Con drift problem that the Nintendo Switch is known for. Rather than using plastic circuit boards like the current generation console, the invention describes a magnetic field for controllers. We'll have to wait for official news from Nintendo on this front since patents don't always convert into future goods. That being said, there's no certainty that the Nintendo Switch 2 will come with improved Joy-Cons. Is there backward compatibility with Switch 2? The key issue is whether or not gamers will be able to transfer their game collections to Nintendo's next system, as has been the case with the most recent Xbox and PlayStation models. The solution is still a mystery, and it's also difficult to forecast. The machine's backward compatibility remains unclear, according to the VGC assessment. It was reported that several independent publishers were concerned about how the machine's backward compatibility would affect sales of next-generation games. Nintendo, for its part, has said that it hopes to transfer Switch customers to the new platform using their Nintendo accounts. Should this method continue, players should be able to easily retrieve their past purchases. However, it is not the same as the console having the technological capacity to do so. Nintendo's track record for backward compatibility support is respectable, if not perfect. Games from the GameCube could be played on the Wii or the Wii U, while 3DS could be played on the DS and Game Boy Advance on the Game Boy. However, the Switch forced a complete break with the past with its new game cartridge format, and Nintendo has profited greatly from the re-release of Wii U titles on the device, especially the 55 million selling Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Overall, Nintendo's track record indicates that it will make the Switch 2 backwards compatible, provided that the device employs the same format for physical releases. Backward compatibility still faces technological challenges, however, and a lot will rely on Nintendo's as yet unknown choice of chip architecture for the Switch 2. We are starting to get an idea of the capabilities of the Switch 2's hardware thanks to stories of Nintendo demonstrating games to partners at Gamescom and Microsoft's legal battles over Activision Blizzard's purchase. Activision officials met with Nintendo in December 2022 to discuss the system, and they left with the assumption that performance would be similar to Gen 8 platforms. That is, the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. These internal emails were made public as part of the FTC-Microsoft lawsuit. The Gen 8 comparison seems to undervalue the capabilities of the Switch 2, if anything. Nintendo demonstrated hardware that aimed for the specifications of the platform running the Matrix Awakens Unreal Engine 5 tech demo with ray tracing enabled and visuals comparable to Sony's and Microsoft's current gen consoles, according to reports from Eurogamer and VGC on the behind closed doors demonstrations at Gamescom. This does not imply that the Switch 2 will have the same level of power as the Xbox Series X and PlayStation 5. Rather, Nintendo is probably using cunning strategies to lessen the need for a graphics processor with a lower power level. According to VGC, the demo made advantage of NVIDIA's cutting-edge DLSS upscaling technology, which upscales picture resolution using AI. This makes it simpler for developers to adjust internal resolution settings to maximize performance and graphics on less powerful hardware. Even so, the mention of DLSS, ray tracing, and Unreal Engine 5, which is quickly becoming the industry standard engine and targets current console hardware, indicates that Nintendo is eager to catch up to the £5 and Xbox Series X in terms of performance and possibly make it easier for developers to port their home console releases to the Switch 2. A remastered edition of The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild was also shown at Gamescom with a greater frame rate and quality than the Switch version. However, there will be one technological setback with the Switch 2. As a cost-cutting effort, the console is set to use an LCD screen instead of the OLED screen seen on the current top-of-the-range Switch model. As we wrap up this exciting exploration of the Nintendo Switch 2, it's clear that the gaming world is on the verge of something truly remarkable. The anticipation is palpable, and the possibilities are endless. We hope you're as excited as we are for what the future holds. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe for more updates, and share your thoughts in the comments below. Thanks for joining us on this journey, and until next time, may your gaming adventures be epic and your controllers never run out of batteries.